Hi there, I'm here with Véronique Fournier, Head of EMEA Wealth at Apollo. Welcome, Véronique.
Thank you very much.
So here in Cannes, you're seeing many of your clients. What is top of mind for them this year?
I think what's been top of mind is what's happening in markets at the moment. And certainly we are in the world where we think rates are going to be higher for longer, where we think there could be continued volatility in markets, etc. And so I think there are, our clients are really thinking about diversification and how to construct their portfolio. And I think within that, they're certainly thinking about how to integrate opportunities that they really haven't had access to previously in private markets, such as private equity, private credit, and so a whole rethink of generally portfolio construction.
And how important is education? These are sophisticated audiences, but private markets are still new to banks and clients.
Yes, and I think this is when you take the first comment I made around the need for diversification and then actually implementing that. And what does that mean? And so much of, private markets is built around misconceptions. Yeah. First of all, what the definition of what traditionally has been alternative buckets would have been, 5% of people's portfolios. If that, it would have included lots of high risk elements, hedge funds or VC, etc. Today, I think we're seeing a whole redefinition of private markets and really considering them as true alternatives to public equity and public fixed income. So that has required quite a lot of education. We've obviously had also a lot of innovation in the industry with the creation of new structures that allow more open-ended, evergreen access to private markets with some form of enhanced liquidity versus the traditional closed-ended funds. And that has had to come with some education. It's certainly something that we as a firm have been very focused on.
So what are Apollo's ambitions in terms of growth in EMEA and more specifically in France and the south of Europe?
Yeah, so we as an organization started the journey about 3 years ago to bring everything we had done for the last 3 decades for institutional clients to wealth investors. So we went on a journey of innovating when it comes to structures, and we talked about some of the launch of these evergreen funds. We have built a Apollo Academy, which is all focused around the theme of education and making sure that advisors, bankers, clients can be educated on private markets. And we've built teams here in Europe. With that, we have set a goal of raising 150 billion from wealth clients globally, and we think Europe will be about 20 or 25% of that overall raise. We see a very exciting landscape in Europe, and certainly France is an area where we're extremely excited. We see regulatory developments that are really recognizing the benefits of private markets, even for private clients, and so we're very excited. We're seeing that in other regions too, and we really think that at the moment we're just scratching the surface, and there's lots of interesting things that are going to come in Europe.
How is Apollo tackling the challenge of appropriate product design for the fragmenting market that is EMEA?
Yeah, so I think that, I was just speaking on a panel earlier and I was talking about the responsibility that we have as GPs and asset managers to make sure that what we're actually delivering to clients is the excess return per unit of risk that a client should be getting from coming into private markets. So with that must come some, I think, one, alignment, having a lot of your own skin in the game, but also some education around the responsibility that we have of collateral versus structure. And when we're creating these semi-liquid strategies, how are we ensuring that liquidity? Are the assets inherently liquid? And so I think with that comes a responsibility to think about the big river asset classes, think about credit, think about equity, before going to some of the nicher asset classes that people could also be talking about.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Véronique.
You're very welcome.